this press conference, so you will have access to that if you need to at the conclusion of it. Just some of the housekeeping items, as always, for these press conferences. We will start with some remarks from Commissioner Brett Yormark and into comments from both coaches, and then we will open up for questions at the end of the comments from both coaches. So if you could, folks, just hold off on your questions till the end. Please use the raise hand function. I'll be able to call on you when we get to the questions and answers parts. So without further ado, I'll kick it off to Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark.
Great to see everyone. I want to start off with a couple of congratulations. First, BYU. I want to thank and congratulate President Shane Reese, AD Brian Santiago, and of course, head coach Kalani. Just a great season, and we welcome you to Arlington later this week. From a Texas Tech perspective, obviously, I want to congratulate Lawrence Skubanek, the president, AD Kirby Hokett, and of course, head coach Joey. Again, just a great season, and we look forward to having you in Arlington later this week. I'm really excited for the Edward Jones Big 12 Football Championship. It's going to be a big-time event. Limited tickets are available. We do expect a sellout. And we're going to show in every facet of the game why the Big 12 is truly a different league. A big part of that will be our halftime show. And as you all probably know already, we're the only conference in America that does a big-time halftime show. This year, we're going to be honored to have country star John Party with us. And John is with us this morning to say a couple of words about how excited he is to be part of this incredible event this Saturday in Arlington. John, again, honored to have you. Please take it away.
Hey, thanks for having me. Congrats to everybody making it here. Big 12, a different league. This is going to be a high energy halftime show. I'm very excited. We've been working with so many people to bring us all together. You know, we got marching bands, and it's just really, it's going to get everybody pumped up. And we look at it as just, it gets me excited. As soon as you started talking, I was like, yeah, football, baby, let's go, football and country music. It's going to be great. So I'm so proud to be a part of this. Thank you for having me, and look forward to the halftime show and staying for the game.
Thank you, John. So I often say there's never been a better time to be part of this conference. And that could be no more evident than just this past week alone. We've had an unprecedented run to the start of the basketball season. We've had TCU now qualify and reach in women's soccer, the College Cup. We sent a nation-leading 10 teams to the NCAA volleyball tournament last night, a Big 12 record. And we saw Iowa State beat the number 3 team in wrestling, Iowa, yesterday. All that is an incredible runway to what we think will be just a fantastic matchup this week in Arlington when BYU faces Texas Tech. Both programs got to Arlington by earning it on the field with an impressive 11-1 records. Just like when these two teams met in Lubbock last month, all eyes again will be on the Big 12 when they take the field this Saturday in Arlington, live on ABC at 11 o'clock CT. Both programs are not only worthy of competing in the Big 12 title, but they both deserve to be in the CFP based on their resumes and their bodies of work. Texas Tech's terrific season has them firmly in the CFP, no doubt. They are a shoo-in, and I said that last Friday. BYU's body of work at 11-1 is being undervalued by the CFP committee at number 11 in rankings. Let's not look at logos, let's look at resumes. Any blind resume comparison has BYU in the top 10, no question about it. In comparison with Notre Dame, as an example, BYU has a better overall record, better strength of record, and better strength of schedule. I am confident that the CFP will get it right for BYU. With that, again, thrilled that you all are with us, excited for this weekend, and now back to you, Matt.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll start with some remarks from Coach Maguire. Coach?
Thanks for having me, man. I'm really fired up because I get to play a good friend and Kalani. I love that dude. I think he and I are a lot alike. We're high energy guys. We have two very physical teams. I think the two best teams in the conference are playing this weekend. He's a player's coach like me. He loves his guys, and I'm just honored and fired up. So impressed with his team. I'm sitting here watching his last few games since we played, and they just keep getting better and better. I think he's got one of the best freshmen in the country at quarterback, and got an incredible staff. So we're really honored. We're excited. We do feel like we've earned our right to play in this game. I'm going to echo what Commissioner Yormark said. I said this after my press conference in West Virginia. I think that without a doubt, we both should be in the playoffs. No matter what happens on Saturday, I think we've earned a right. And I think whenever you look at it, they're discounting both of us whenever you're talking about where we're ranked. I think we're as good as anybody in the country, and we're going to put on a great game. We're excited. I'm excited. It's my favorite place in the world to coach, in Cowboy Stadium. I've had the opportunity to coach there a lot, whenever I was at Cedar Hill and at Baylor. And so I'm excited. I'm excited for our players to be a part of that. But Kalani, man, I'm glad it's me and you, bro. And I can't wait for Saturday. You know the respect and the friendship that I have for you. So with that, I'll turn it over to my good friend.
Thank you. Coach Sitake.
Yes, I need to unmute this. All right, just got to push unmute for a second. But first of all, I just want to thank everybody on the Zoom and express my gratitude to everybody involved. First of all, and I speak for Brett and Joey when I say how amazing it is that we have amazing coverage from everybody involved in the media. And then I also can speak for Joey, because Joey and I have had, if you want me at my best, Joey understands this. It's usually when we're eating. So we've had many opportunities to break bread together and to talk, mostly because I've been really interested in him as a leader and as just a person all around. I love some of the things that he's been able to share with me about culture, and I see what they do with their team, their program. He as a leader has been amazing with the team culture. I'm really impressed with their team, not just the way that they play the game. Obviously, we went out there and played in the game in Lubbock. Great atmosphere, great environment. Not too friendly for us, but it was a really cool experience. And we did not show up at our best. A lot of that had to do with Texas Tech. Texas Tech's a complete team with a great coach, great coaching staff, and all three phases they played amazing football. I think they're the best team in the country, And so when you look at it that way, we've got our work cut out for us. We're looking forward to the matchup. In fact, after the game, if you want to talk about manifesting, well, first of all, go back to our dinner. When Joey and I had dinner, we talked about this. Joey, you remember that we talked about playing each other in the championship game. We manifested it, and now here we are. It's amazing that I get to do it against a great person and a great friend. But then also, his team is a reflection of him and the sportsmanship and the class that they have. After the game, we're shaking hands. Half of the players were saying, "We'll see you guys in a few weeks." Like they basically respected us enough to know that we're going to get back at this game, and it was really cool that that interaction for our guys to go out and play 3 games and get ready to get back into this and have another shot at it. An amazing team, and so we're looking forward to being at our best because it's required of us when playing the best team in the nation, and that's Texas Tech. And so as we go through this, we're looking forward to the matchup, looking forward to the game altogether. I'm not much of a campaign guy for us during the season, but after the season and looking at it at everything, I do believe that what Commissioner Yormark and what Joey Maguire said, that we are a playoff contending team, and so looking forward to the matchup, and I'm looking forward to us both teams representing the Big 12 in this playoff and doing it the right way. But I do know we have some work to do and some improvement to get to, and seeing the film and Texas Tech making that happen, that's going to be key. And to end my comments, I just want to say that being in the Big 12 has been amazing for our fan base and for all of Cougar Nation, for our team. being in all the different venues. We enjoyed the partnership in the Big 12, connecting with all the coaches. And seeing all the places that we play, different venues, it's been amazing. Thank you for being kind to us, and thank you for the leadership that we see from our commissioner. Looking forward to it, and looking forward to an amazing game this weekend.
Great. Thank you so much, Coach. All right, we'll start with some questions from our media members in attendance. Once again, if you could use the raise hand function, I'll be able to call on you. First one up would be Dana Green, KTVX. Dana?
Hey, Kalani, I'll get this out of the way early. You seem to deal with this every single year. Your name comes up with coaching speculation. What do you tell your team about the rumors they inevitably hear on social media? Do you address it at all? Or is it something that you just, you're solely focused on the game that you don't even want them to pay attention to it at all?
Well, I have to address it because the world is small now, and people can see stuff on social media and everything, and you guys do a great job at covering things, and so yeah, I'll address it. But I also, they're used to me saying, hey, this is a good sign, that things are going well for us. But I will say that this isn't about me. What I've asked our team to do is to be focused on what we're trying to accomplish. There are marks of finishers, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to finish the season the right way and get after it. And it's required of us to be at our best to play against Texas Tech. So as we go through this week and go through the prep, I also want them to live through all the moments and have the great experience and not waste a moment thinking about anything else. So I've asked our team to be focused on what we can control, and that's right now we can control what we're doing as a team and not worry about all the distraction. This is a great distraction to have, let's be honest. But right now we need to be focused on making sure that we're giving our best shot in this game against Texas Tech.
Righty, we'll go to Stephen Hawkins, Associated Press.
Joey, one of the things I want to ask you, obviously all the defensive linemen you brought in and all the transfer guys, can you just talk about how that unit has kind of come together, not only that front line, but obviously Jacob Rodriguez, what it's done for him back there? He was already a pretty good player for you guys.
It's really fun to talk to Jacob and Ben Roberts because, they say, man, we get to play three because of the defensive line that we get to play behind. When we got beat by Arizona State the week before, we lost a really strong leader. I wished that he was healthy and playing right now. Skylar Gill Howard, just an incredible defensive lineman. And Lee Hunter came into our head strength coach Lance Barlow, and said, what do I need to do? And Lance challenged him to be more vocal and be a leader, and that's what he's done, man. He gets after everybody in a positive way, and then he'll get on your tail if you're not practicing hard. That guy has really made such a difference after we lost Skylar. Now Skylar's starting to rehab and do some stuff, so he's around practicing every day, and he helps as a leader. But Lee Hunter has been the vocal leader of that group and really pushes everybody to practice extremely hard.
And Joey, one other question I had for you is, LJ, I know Kalani's going to be glad he's got LJ Martin, but at one point he was committed to you guys. What was the plan you had for him before he decided not to come there? And what have you seen from him and trying to stop him now? Because I know he wasn't fully healthy that last time you guys played.
Yeah, man, I love LJ and his parents. Lucky enough to see him at Big 12 Media and give him a hug. He's a stud. And I'm fired up that I'm not fired up Saturday to face him, but I'm fired up he's at BYU because he's such a good person and he's with such a good coaching staff. And he is a load, man. I think they got him listed like 220-something pounds. He's probably, 230 pounds plus. He's a really physical runner. He runs behind his pads, catches the ball well out of the backfield. He's one of those guys when you meet him, he's got one of those lights about him, man. Like he's got a great smile, and I think he's kind of a magnet to where people want to be around him. I'm a big fan of LJ's, and I'm gonna root for him in the playoffs. I'm just gonna try to stop him. We're just gonna try to stop him Saturday, but I'm gonna root like crazy for him whenever he plays somebody else.
Were you planning to use him as a running back, or were you going to do a Jacob Rodriguez on him and put him on the other side, let him be defensive and run over people?
We wanted him as a running back, and it was a deal that, he told us from the get-go, he was extremely honest with us whenever he was like, hey, if Stanford offers and I can get in, and that's where I'm going to go. And man, he ended up in a great place. He's doing an amazing job.
Thanks, Troy.
Alrighty, next we'll go to Mr. John Kurtz.
Two quick questions for Brett real quick. First, Brett, I know this isn't the most fun topic, but both of these teams have been involved with some sportsmanship related issues with the fans, whether it's tortillas or chants so far this year. Will there be an increased focus on that with these two teams playing in the championship game?
Well, thank you for your question. I can only say that, and I've said this before, from a conference perspective, we have a zero tolerance for any activity that is not under our sportsmanship policy. I mean, just zero tolerance for it. That being said, we got the best fans in all of college football coming to Arlington this weekend. And I know that the focus is going to be what's on the field. And I feel really good about it. But I appreciate your question.
Yeah, the other thing, real quick, we've seen over the last year, since the SEC only got 3 in last year, Greg Sankey was very public about his beefs and thinking that he wanted to get more teams in. If you're not able to get multiple teams in this year, is that something you would consider becoming more public with that battle and pushing your teams more?
Well, listen, I'm a pretty outspoken commissioner, and I feel very strongly about Texas Tech and BYU, and then I also think that Utah deserves consideration, strong consideration. I said that on Friday night, when I was at the ASU Arizona game on Fox, and I'll continue to beat that drum because I strongly believe in it. And hopefully, the CFP gets it right, and I have a lot of confidence in them. But I feel that we've had an incredible season this year. The depth, of this conference is unprecedented. 12 of our teams have top 25 wins. And the best 2 teams are certainly playing in our championship. So let's see what happens this week and next Sunday. But I feel good about our chances.
Appreciate it.
Next we'll go with Mr. John Kuhn, Associated Press.
This question is for Kalani. When you look at what Bear Bachmeier's accomplished this season, it's kind of unprecedented in terms of BYU's storied history with quarterbacks. I mean, he's the first true freshman quarterback to start every game during his first season at BYU. He's obviously led BYU to the Big 12 title game. When you kind of look back at what he's done this season, what's stood out to you the most on how he's progressed and what enabled his progression to kind of achieve the things that he's achieved so far?
Yeah, I mean, he's just bought into what our offense coordinator wants from him, and then just having the players rally around him, and not expecting too much from him other than doing his best. And I think we started from the season and kind of slowly understanding that he just got here this summer and that we can work with him, and the more that he can take, the more we're allowing him to do. And now we're at the end of the year. He's not a true freshman anymore. He's a veteran now because he's had 12 games, and so. That being said, he knows he doesn't have to do it all by himself, but he gets frustrated when he doesn't perform as good as he can. And last time we were in Lubbock, he didn't do as great as he knows he can play, and that has a lot to do with what Joey's defense did. They're one of the best defenses in the country, and so that's not going to be easy. But I think there's a lot of things that he can take from that game and improve on, and he's looking forward to the matchup. But I've just been really impressed with his maturity, and he's a great teammate. He's just bought into whatever he can do to help the team play and have success. And we are here in this position because of him. But I also want to give credit to our coaches and also his teammates that have been able to rally around him.
Alrighty, we'll go to Mitch Harper, KSL. Mitch?
This question is for Kalani. Kalani, Football Scoop reported that you and Penn State are discussing their head coaching vacancy. What's your comment on that?
I think I already commented on it before. I'm all about the Big 12 championship and keeping our team focused on that. So we're going to avoid all the distractions.
Okay, we'll go to Ty Kaplan. Ty?
This is for the commissioner. What is the roadmap for the future of the Big 12, considering you are relying a lot on the hope and the trust that the College Football Committee will respect the Big 12? But what are the plans for the next 2 to 3 years to ensure that the Big 12 can have bids like the SEC and the Big 10 do?
Well, listen, as far as I'm concerned, the trajectory of this conference couldn't be better. I mean, our schools are investing at a high level. They know the importance of football, and it's playing out on the field. You know, again, a great year, you know, for this conference. Realignment, and I've said this before, has been very good to this conference when you think about, you know, where we are across the board, inclusive of football, and how we're competing at the highest levels. And I think some of our schools, like in Oklahoma State and in West Virginia and others, are rebuilding right now, and I expect great things out of them next year. So top to bottom, I'm excited about where this conference is going. Again, I think we're the deepest conference in America. I've always said we got to earn it on the field. I don't want any gimmies. And I think we did that this year, and I anticipate doing that moving forward. And as I said, our schools are dialed in right now. They are investing. They're competing at the highest levels. And again, I think this year was very indicative of that. So I'm very excited about the future and where we're going.
Okay, we'll go with Pete from KCB TV.
Hey, Coach Maguire, Pete Christie in Lubbock here. Can you just talk about, you know, this community has been starving for this opportunity. I know the players wanted to bring this to this community, and now you have this opportunity. Can you just talk about that? All these years of waiting, and now this opportunity is here, especially since the Big 12 started in '96.
It means a lot to us. You know, I'm a Texan, man. I ain't never been anywhere else, you know, and I have a lot of history with Texas Tech, and you know, this is something really big. You know, kind of got a little emotional. My voice cracked in the press conference just talking about it whenever President Studenek and Kirby were in there, because, you know, we had a vision 4 years ago, and we've got some incredible people in our administration and our donors that really got behind it. And between the building of the new facilities and the revenue sharing and everything like that, you know, we pushed all our chips all in this year, and we feel like it, you know, it's paid off. And I know there's a lot of Red Raiders that are fired up and are going to be there in Arlington and been waiting for this moment for us to play in the Big 12 championship. And so I'm excited, and it's going to be an incredible game. And what's going to be fun is the stadium's going to be packed. There's going to be a lot of red and a lot of blue. There was a lot of blue here in Lubbock. That's the one great thing about BYU. They travel. I've seen it. Whenever I was at Baylor, there was some green and a whole lot of blue whenever they came to Waco in 2021, whenever I was still there. And so it's exciting, and it means a lot to this town, and it means a lot to Red Raider Nation. And we can't wait to get there.
All right, we've got time for about 2 more questions. I'll go to Jay Drew, Desiree News.
Yeah, this question is for Kalani. Kalani, since you were made Associate Athletic Director and promoted within the athletic department, how has that affected your relationship with Brian Santiago, and how have you been able to contribute in that role, and has it affected your actual coaching on the field?
Coaching is always the first priority, and so you know, when there's extra time to do things, I think the role came because I have a great relationship with our president, our vice president, and our athletic director. So the relationships have been amazing with me, and but you know, I don't know if I bring much to the table other than my perspective and the effort that I can give. But other than that, I mean, I think there's very capable people here at BYU, and I'm just proud and honored that they would give me a voice in things.
Have you been happy with the way you've been treated financially by BYU and your staff?
Yeah, I mean, I've gained weight. You can tell. I'm living a good life. So, and then the more Joey buys dinner for me, the better my life will get.
Alrighty, and we'll wind it down here. Last question, Mr. Eric Prisbill from Dallas Morning News. Eric?
Yes, thanks, Matt. Hi, Brett. You guys have had a flurry of business deals in recent weeks, Monster Energy, Edward Jones, the Players Era. As you enter one of your 10 pole events here with the championship, how would you assess the health of the league from a business standpoint?
Never been better. Listen, I live in a world where I'm happy but never satisfied. I'm happy about our growth. We have an incredible board that is truly aligned. I mean, don't forget, we've got 8 new members over the last 2 years. We got a great group of ADs, all aligned. We share the same vision and mission on where we want to take this thing. Our profile and narrative in collegiate athletics has never been better. The buying community is voting yes, obviously, as you mentioned, for the conference. It's football, it's basketball, it's Olympic sports. There's never been a better time than right now for this conference. And, I had a staff meeting this morning. And, I've been doing this a long time, guys. And, these moments that you're in right now, you got to seize them. Got to make the most of them. Got to leverage them. We plan on doing that. So really excited about where we're taking this thing. Again, I'm happy. I'm not satisfied. There's more to do. But love the direction of this conference. It's a collective effort. Thanks.
Alrighty. Thank you, everybody, for participating and joining us today. We'll do it for our 2025 Edward Jones Big 12 Football Championship Press Conference.